there, it's Kara from the Hooding Pirate. If you're new here, welcome. I do videos on planning, making your planner cute, and now we're going to do something about goals. I have a class, my favorite class that I've done is Plan Your Dreams, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So if you are new and you like what you see, please subscribe, and you'll get lots more videos on these fun things. So what I wanted to do today, I want to start off with we're going to do like a sort of an artsy background on this. I'm going to work with my Hip Kit Club kits, and I want to do this first because this is going to take a little bit of time to dry. I'm actually cleaning my brush on my hand while I talk because I realized that it wasn't clean. So the technique that I'm going to use here, I do have a whole video on that, and I will link it below in the description, but I'll basically go through the sort of the quick version here. So these are my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 watercolor crayons, and I absolutely love these. I like them more than watercolor, when you get a watercolor pack. I've got these ones here, but you can see that I barely use them because these ones are so much more convenient. And there's also those, what are they called, the gel sticks? I like them better than those as well. From Faber-Castell because I don't know, they're just more practical, and I always have this little pencil case, and it comes everywhere with me, and you can see that they're very well loved, very used. Look at this green, look at this. Can you see that dip? Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of a background on this page. Now this book, I'll show you in a bit the cover, and I just used some dot paper. And you can see it's really thin. So it's going to buckle my paper more than it does when I use it on my Planner Perfect plan books, which is what I prefer to use it. But I wanted the dot paper because that way I can use it as lines, or I can also use it as, I can sketch, or I can write things out, or I can just decorate it blank and maybe add some scrapbooky elements to it. So I'm just going to do 3 little spots with my 2 favorite colors from the Caran d'Ache, and it doesn't blend as smoothly as it does on the Planner Perfect books, but those are fantastic for any kind of medium. So I'm just going to quickly put a few colors down. I'm just doing the turquoise and the green, and then my favorite bit at the end, which is the little black splotches, which was all over my hand because that's what was on the brush, was the black. The green isn't as pigmented as the turquoise, so it needs a little more paint, but that's okay. That's why, well, I do have another piece, but that's why it's so small, because I use more of it. All right, I think that's good. Maybe I'll just sort of, and to clean my brush, I'll just bring up more of the color out, and it kind of fades and cleans the brush at the same time. Then I take, which I didn't do with black, and then I just take some of the black. I'll do some. There's not a lot of water. The more water you have, the bigger the splotches. Oh, I got some on my background. Oops, I need a new one anyway. It's got coffee stains in it. No, I think it's tea stains. It's got something. I want a splotch there, but it doesn't want to come out. There's not a lot of. There. Okay, so while that's drying, hopefully it won't take forever, I wanted to talk about this book, and I have my other one. Now when I make inserts, I do have a video, and what I'll do is I will link that below, like I said. Oh, that's dripping. I don't know if I like it too much. I have like a Kleenex or something. I don't. Okay, I'll just use my finger. There. So what I do is I will take a piece of pattern paper and the pages that I want, and I will sew them down the middle. I'll link to the video, and then I have an insert. So this is my Commit 30, and I haven't done the corners yet. It was so thick because it has all the, this is fantastic. It has all the goal setting stuff at the front, and so it has extra pages then. So I've done January, February, March. And usually when I do 3 months, I can sew down the middle. But since I couldn't, I did this binding, which is just string with 4 holes. And I'll actually link to actually, if you go to my site, thehootingproject.com, and there's a box at the top of the page, there's a free class, and it will tell you how to do this binding as well as the sewing. So this is the other book. This is also Hip Kit Club. And this is my first quarter of 2017. And I just do some die cuts and some Project Life cards. I guess they're all die cuts and some stickers and stuff. And yeah, so decorated that up so it'll look pretty. And the only thing that's kind of got a bit of bulk is I put a couple of foam dots behind, I don't know if you can see, behind the second snowflake, because just to give a little more dimension, it look cuter. But they're squishy, and I don't think it's going to be a big problem, because last year I made the mistake of, because that's only for 3 months, but last year, this is my I keep this has been in here since last January, and this knot is really big and it was in the way, and I have to put like a book or something underneath it when I want to write over it. Anyway, it was a bit of a struggle, but that's why this year I'm not going to put anything too bulky, because you can have a little bulk. Look at all this bulk on the outside, but on the inside is when it gets annoying. So this is the same. This is my, I'm trying not to let my pom-pom drop into the paint. So this is my kind of my goal book from last year, and you can see it's really thin, and that's why I wanted to use this thin dot paper, not only because of the dots, but also the book isn't going to be very thick. And so it could stay in my planner all year long and not make a lot of bulk. And, you know, I like a big chunky planner. There's pens and stuff make it even more chunky. But at the same time, I don't want extra bulk when I don't need it. So that's why it's thin, and it's not drying yet. So I'm going to keep going with the goals that I'm setting. So what I want to do, which I did last year, is I set myself 100 things to do in 2016. Now, did I do all 100 things? No, of course not. But the thing is, I did more things in 2016 than if I didn't write this list. So there's proof. I'll show you. Goes to 100. I can see 100. So I'm going to do the same thing. So that's going to go in here. And then what I did was I broke them all down into like the bigger goals and then smaller goals and then things that I want to make habits out of. And then this book is what that is. It's sort of like the checklist. I didn't put them up. Let me find one that's finished. There's January. So it's like a checklist. So January, of course, it's not going to be checked off, but December, the idea was to have December checked off. But the thing is, I got a little slack this fall because fall is really busy for me. So I actually didn't do October, November, or December. So I should probably go through and see how I did. That's what I'll do. When I'm on vacation, I have nothing else to do. All right, so this is drying. It's almost there. So I'm going to start to decorate it. I could probably show you the cover first. Give it a few more seconds. This is also Hip Kit Club stuff. The only bulk is this 2017, and since it's in the front of the book, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If it is, I might just take it off and put flatter letter stickers on. But these are all stickers and die cuts from Hip Kit as well as the paper. Okay, and so I just wanted to sort of decorate this. I've got these word stickers. There's a whole bunch of them, and most of them, do I have them handy? Yeah, here. Most of them are Christmas related, like Christmas Magic, Making a List, Checking It Twice, Winter Wonderland. So I didn't want anything winter, and I didn't want anything Christmas because this is going to be in my planner all year long. So I went through the 2 sheets, and I took out words that that didn't relate to Christmas or winter, and I just wanted to put them sticking out from here. Just things that are kind of goal orientated, but also like celebrate. Like, it's great to be able to finish a goal and celebrate it. And then, oh joy, I'm wishing for. So I'm just randomly putting them in. I want to leave that little splotch there. Best day ever. That's a good one. And I kind of don't want all. I don't want all blue or all white together, so we're just going to mix them up a little bit. Oh, happy day. Let's stick that one out a little bit. And there, so I like that. And again, I think if I wasn't so worried about the bulk, I probably would have put a few enamel dots, but we're going to stay away from that because of the bulk. There's just this little patch here that's a bit dry, a bit wet. So what I've done here, these are all from the paper, from Crate Paper. It's this one. It's the Snow and Cocoa line, the hot cocoa. It's my favorite paper. So I just cut this piece out of here. This was on the bottom, and then this one I took out of my other piece. That's almost used up. And then what I did was I took a piece from the paper, covered up, because it said Hello Snow, and again I want to stay away from that. So I put 2017. And then I want to get this, I want to put enough adhesive to last the year. Usually it's not too bad because it's going to get squished, and that kind of helps it to stick. And I wanted to put that there, but it's a little wet. Okay, and then this guy. See, this is the branding strip on the bottom, and the other side was the plaid. Is that what you call that, plaid? I guess. See, no, that's going to be wet underneath. That's okay. It'll dry. It'll dry. And then I had this. I made this clip with one of the flares, and I made it sideways so that I could put this on here because I wanted to add the flare, but at the same time I didn't want it to add the bulk. So if I want to write, I can always take that paper clip right off. And then I love that this, in between the two washi strips, there's this tiny little strip, and I wanted to use that because it's just so pretty. So maybe we'll set that under goals. Just sort of underline it. And then I also like these dots. I might, because I've got all the flags, maybe not. Let's see how it looks first. And you can see how the bits of the paint sort of stick out from underneath. I like that. Okay, so let's leave that. It's very subtle. I like these vellum washi. Maybe we'll put another one here. It's wet. It's wet. It's okay. It'll dry. I don't know. I like this one too, but I'm wondering if I put it on, if it's going to make it a little bit too busy. Maybe if I do. Let's do this. These are the ones that don't rip. Oh, I lost my pen. Oh, and I just wrote goals with my my brush pen. That's what fell. So it reminded me. If I can... No, I can't get it. It's gone. Let's do that. There. Oh, I like. Okay, so there you go. A little funky artsy background with some stickers and some die cuts, and you have a book to write all your goals for 2017. So Happy New Year. Write up some goals, and if you want more help, check out my class at Big Picture, and the link is below. It's Plan Your Dreams. Have a great day, and happy planning.